Hey there, my name is Dr. Dawn. I am a pelvic floor specialist and postpartum recovery expert, and I help moms who want to gain strength and confidence after having a baby. So I'm going to talk to you about a common question I get. What are top 3 things you can do if you think you have diastasis recti, separation at your abdominals, and how can you start healing it? Well, there is a lot that you can do that does not require surgery. You can work with someone that is a specialist that can teach you the proper guidance and exercises to do and really set you up for success. So the top 3 things that you can start doing on your own, number 1 is paying attention to your posture. So during pregnancy, we get stuck in this position where you are arching your back here, you're growing belly here in that 3rd trimester of pregnancy, and it's really created that weakness of the connective tissue here and that separation of your abs. So after pregnancy, if we continue to walk around with our ribs kind of poking out and that arch in your back, you are going to continue to put more stress on the front of your abdominal wall. So what you can do is just watch out and notice when you start doing that, when you're sitting, you're standing. Are you really swaying your back like this and pooching your abdominals forward? Or can you get your rib cage right over your pelvis? So just notice that when you're standing, just take your ribs and kind of draw them back a little bit. I don't want you to tuck your bottom underneath you, kind of stay in a relaxed position through your hips, but just notice what your rib cage is doing. I think that is a very common thing that happens to women in the postpartum stage because we kind of get used to that posture of when you were pregnant. So watch your posture, get the ribs right over your pelvis. Then number 2 is once you found that position, work on some breathing exercises. This sounds very simple, but the breathing exercises are going to help that top part of your core start coming together. And your diaphragm here at the top, right under your rib cage, is the top part of your core. And then we think of those deeper abdominal muscles, your back muscles that support your spine, and also your pelvic floor that supports your pelvic organs. They all have to work together like a system. So if your diaphragm has been kind of pressed up here with that growing belly during pregnancy, you have to train it how to really work again, and that's going to help the core muscles be more efficient. So how do you do that? Well, working on some breathing exercises with rib cage breathing. So you place your hands right around your ribs. You take an inhale and then you exhale. Working on about 10 to 15 times, just feeling like, can you get your ribs to move side to side? And that's very hard after pregnancy because we become very stiff and rigid, especially in that upper back and through the rib cage. So working on some breathing exercises and focusing on the ribs moving out and in, kind of like an umbrella opening and closing. You can also work on some belly breathing. So getting the air down into your belly and thinking of your belly rising and falling. If you're on your back with your knees bent, it's a great place to start for those too. So belly breathing, rib cage breathing is going to get the diaphragm to move more and help those core muscles kind of come together and get stronger. Then number 3 thing you can do with diastasis recti is start moving your spine. So we talk about your ribs and your upper back just getting very rigid and stiff. A great exercise that you can do is lying on your side. You're opening your chest and kind of twisting the rib cage a little bit, just enough so you get some movement in that upper back. And it's okay to twist like this. This is a stretch and an exercise that's meant to get more mobility, more motion in your upper back. And I find that women really aren't using the muscles properly through their core when their upper back is very rigid and stiff. So starting on some simple exercises like that are really going to be helpful for any woman that is dealing with an abdominal separation and just trying to work on those core exercises coming back together. I don't want you to be scared, nervous, or think, I absolutely can't do that exercise because I read somewhere that I'm not supposed to do that. Instead, get guidance by a specialist that treats this all the time and really knows what's right for your body. So I hope that answered your question, and we look forward to helping you. So comment below if you have any questions, concerns. We'd love to hear from you.